Got a new setup. You may or may not notice. Oh, shit, I don't think I even need these. Oh, so many things going on. So many things fucking happening. Oh shit. Practice in my head like a million different things to start, but I think who I was talking to someone and described this as I feel like a one man band. Have you ever seen what's that lady with the umbrella and the carpet bag and she pulls out that Mary Poppins, her fucking boyfriend on there, that dude with like the candy cane hat. He's dancing around. Fuck, I can't remember his name, but like at the beginning, he's like, fucking one man band. If you don't know what that is, oh well. But yeah. Anyways, the whole point of me saying that's how I feel. So I'm hitting all these little switches. And oh shit, let's see, switch, and then I'm right here. All right. Yeah, a lot of things. I don't know where I want to go, but yeah, I recorded a couple things. Yeah, just growing pains. We'll call it that. I recorded a fucking thing with my boy Gonzo. We did some talking about UFC. I mean MMA in general. But the audio's fucked up. Because I tried to do it a new way, so I got to figure out how to fix the audio. Because like his comes in super loud and mine is like fucking super low. But it did. Anyways, it's all technical shit. But anyways, yeah, I gotta fix that one. Then I did another one with Shane from Broken Jarhead. But I I don't know where I put it, so I gotta find that one. We talked about a couple ideas that are some things that he's got going on and some like promo packages that we're sending out. So I talked him into I'm what do you call it? I'm working my way into being. I told him to make me the fuck. What do I call it? It's like the regional liaison, the sticker liaison, regional sticker liaison, which is basically just me hitting up people that I knew from the Marine Corps and being like, "Hey, look at this cool shit. Hand it out at your unit." Uh, but yeah, go to brokenjarhead.com. Use promo code HoogkinBogo, HoogKin BOGO, to get a buy one sticker, get one sticker, buy one get one. Um, and if you know Korean, it's the promo code's even funnier if you think HoogkinBogo, Hoogkin buy one get one. Which I guess it could be mean a couple different things. But anyways, let's start there. Oh shit, there's all this fight shit I want to talk about too, because I wanted to avoid it, but I'll get to it just because it spills over. So, damn it, I was just. Oh, here we go. So for speaking of Broken Jarhead, he tables make a bunch of noise. So he has. Maybe I'll just read this thing. Let's see. So yeah, go to the brokenjarhead.com and sign up for the newsletter to get this news. But I just got this one. He's been talking about it. I think I posted about it a couple days ago. So he's got the Veteran Podcast Day like made official in the National Archives. So let's see. Now we aren't those bro vets who expect there to be free stuff for vets because we exist. um, he doesn't go to Applebee's on Veterans Day. Cool, good for you. Oh yeah, and then so he's like, what does it say? We know that many veterans use podcasting as a therapeutic way to help by speaking out loud about their experiences. In fact, talking about trauma is part of the healing process, but many times that healing process is interrupted, i.e., using drugs and alcohol as suppression, being told to suck it up, or just suppressing the trauma and trying to avoid confronting it. Is IE correct there, or is it EG? Is IE, for example, echo, or it egg? I don't know. Who cares? Oh, and then he cites Psychology Today for that. Additionally, many people don't want to go to an organized meeting. I know I didn't when I stopped drinking like a camel. What? Uh, therefore, many veterans turned to podcasting. Since we found no veteran awards, we did what any Alpha Marine would do and created one. Enter the first annual Veteran Podcast Awards or hashtag Veteran Podcast Awards for you hip killers. Oh, there's more. Now, this won't be run like the military where you have a gung ho shitbag major writing himself up for a Bronze Star. No, no. This will all be ruled only by listener voting. Entry. Sorry. Still good. Entry will be free, and podcasters will be competing for one of 19 golden warhammers. Ooh. What says what says veteran? Fucking, I'm an idiot. What says veteran in podcasting better than a bludgeoning tool with a microphone engraved? Good question. And a new Shure SM7B microphone. So be sure to check out the awards. We initially planned to hold a virtual awards ceremony on September 30, since it's International Podcast Day. But another award ceremony is being held on that day. So, again, we did what any red-blooded, frosty-ass American veteran would do and bought a day. Hashtag National Military Podcast Day. Well done, well done. And then he has pictures of, like, the cool symbol he made, and then the or logo or whatever you call it. And then the National Day Archives official certificate. I swear I speak English. National Day Proclamation. This certificate hereby states the that October 5 of each calendar year is officially designated as National Military Podcast Day. Submitted by Broken Jarhead LLC in April 2021, and in accordance with the policy set forth, this proclamation has been certified by the National Day Archives LLC. Seize your day. Carpe these nuts. We paid the fees, filed the paperwork, and boom, military podcasters have a day, October 5th. We chose the 5th since October 6, 7, 2001 was the beginning of enduring freedom, 6th staging, 7th movement. So before a day of remembrance, we will have a day of celebration for those military podcasters speaking their minds, promoting their brands, or doing weird shit on air. Whatever the reason is that you have a podcast, we want to celebrate it and encourage you to keep going. If you are using it as therapy, we see you. You see me. I can't read. Sorry. And respect what you're doing. It takes courage to open up, and you are respected for being a trailblazer. Shout out Kevin Holland. Trailblaze to the top. Never stop. Never stop. Never stopping. Said keep on keeping on to my daughter. I think this morning or yesterday, she's doing her homework. I was like, how are you doing? She's like, hey, like 2 more or something. I was like, oh, keep on keeping on, and she cracked up. What is that from? What am I thinking of? That movie with that guy? That not the Weatherman. Loud noises. Fuck, what is that movie? Anchorman. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyways, Shane is the co-owner of Broken Jarhead. Broken Jarhead is here when morale is mandatory, bringing military apparel and gear made by veterans in the USA. Check out our morale patches, morale tactical patches, stickers, challenge coins, shirts, hoodies, and more at www.brokenjarhead.com. If it's not made in America, it's not Broken Jarhead. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, the one-man band. I'm trying to make sure everything's still working. So yeah, fucking cool. I mean, so I started talking to Shane like, I don't know, 2 months ago, maybe something like that. And I found it hard to believe then that he had just like started this thing. It's like, and in that little time that I've been getting to know him, he's like, so when I first started talking to him, like, if you go see it, I think I might be his first, like, air quotes, podcast that he's done. So I got that podcast cherry from him. Oh, he also has a Patreon. I think I'm his first Patreon, so got that cherry too, Shane. But what's the point of me saying that? Yeah. So he's like, so yeah, he's got. He was. Saw him from making fucking like cool, funny art and graphics, and then from there, it's like his website is fucking blown up. He, he's like doing all other, what do you call it, podcasts, and he's like with veteran 22. Fuck, I can't remember the name. 22. Fuck. Gosh, my bad. I'll put the thing in the thing about but it's basically because that how like the statistics show that I think every day 22 vets commit suicide. So their mission 22. There it is, mission 22. So their mission is to make that number zero, so that so there's not vets killing themselves, which it's common. Everybody, I feel like everybody knows somebody that killed themselves in the military for sure. I definitely do. Oh, speaking of which, in the title thing, so the title page now that pops up at the beginning, so it's got the Teguki, the Korean flag, and then in the middle it has the picture. It's like the chick with the yin yang colors, but it's like, so that's actually a tattoo that I have on my back. I mean, I took a picture of it and then and colored it. So it's, I mean, on my back it's black and white. Maybe I'll put a thing up, but it's the same thing. It's just a black and white tattoo on my back. But it's basically it's it's a memorial tat, part of a memorial tat for a friend of mine that killed herself, Ogre Sshi, and actually I got her on here too. Yeah, I think I told a story about her for the first time I hung out with her, like the first night when she was like pissing on this Jeep. I don't remember what episode I was talking about that in, but I'll have to go back and look. But yeah. So like from the very first time that I met her, she was fucking wild. She was right. She fit right into our group. Oh man, and I used to have a BlackBerry with all. I mean, it's probably good that I lost it. Oh yeah, I'm skipping ahead. So I had a BlackBerry that had all, like all my scandal. Because my whole life was a scandal, basically. I guess. I mean, I guess for regular people, they'd have been like scandal, but for me, it was like Tuesday. So basically, all of our crazy videos and shit on there. I dropped it in the fucking ocean. I got to Hawaii the first night that I got. I flew out from Texas. Yeah, from Texas, and then I went to Hawaii. The first night I'm there, lose my fucking wallet and that BlackBerry. So, damn, it's so many good things on there. And I always feel like I tell these stories, and I tell some pretty. I haven't even told close to the craziest ones yet on here, and because I always feel like they tell the stories, and I'm just like, they seem. If I hadn't been there, if I would be like, man, this is made up. This is bullshit. So I like to have, I guess evidence, but accompanying proof or whatever, like pictures and videos of all the crazy shit, and be like, yeah, this is really happened. Or have people. This is always fun for me too. Is like when I tell people these crazy ass stories, especially like about like me and Robo, and then people will meet Robo, and then like, hey, I told him the story about whatever, like the one at the Knobs, that first fight, or one of the other ones, one of the other many fucking stupid fights we got in, and then he'll like tell the people the stories, and they're like, oh, it's like word for word. So it's like fucking yeah. I'm trying to get Robo to come on here, but he's too busy taking over the world, being a fucking responsible person that does the job that he does. I don't think he cares if I talk about it, but I'm not gonna give his details out till trying to get the motherfucker on here. But he's too busy doing just doing big dick things. So, but yeah. So Ogre Sshi. So she's on. That's who that is on that flag. That's so, and it's so how that tattoo actually came about. There's this dude. So like oh no, it's not my first tattoo, but like right before I enlisted, I got a tattoo. No, not that one. This one right here. It's like Lucas 15:21 from the Bible. It's like because after came home from my mission, I got sent home from my church mission for being a Nazi Marderman, for being a Gadianton robber, for engaging in secret combinations. I got sent home for that. I got this tattoo. Oh, you know it's funny too. I'm thinking about because I had a tattoo before I went on my mission, and I showed it to who did I show it to? So it's because it's right below my belt line. I was a lifeguard. All right, I got like 3 stories. I'll get back. I'll back up, or I'll back up in a second. So I got a tattoo. It's like I was a lifeguard, and I got it, and I still live at home. So I got it like it's right below the belt line. So it's like even when I was in my thinking was that, oh shit, I forgot I had this tattoo as well. I think this was my first one. This is my second one. But anyways, um, so yeah, because I was a lifeguard, so I was like, oh yeah, I wear fucking shorts all day, and I was like, I don't want it to be visible. Like I wanted to get a tattoo, but I didn't want people that I didn't want to see it, I guess. So, oh, I was fucking 18. Who knows what you're doing when you're 18? So this was my tramp stamp. This was my version of getting a tramp stamp. So it's like right below my waist. So you have to like literally like pull my like if I'm in boxers, even have to like fold the boxers down to even see it. And then now that I'm old and fat, I gotta move my belly. But no, when I was 18. But oh yeah. So before I went on my mission, I was like yeah, I got 2 tattoos. Oh no, this was my second one because I drew this one on my mission actually. That's right. And then me and my buddy Wes, I did an episode with him. I think episode 8, either 6 or 8, that I did with him. So we both got this tattoo because I drew this one when I was on my mission, and then I got it tattooed when I came back. But I had this one below my waist before I went, so I had to show it to, I can't remember who, it was my bishop or someone at the MTC or something. But I was like, oh yeah, I disgraced my body, my temple. I graffitied my temple and showed it to, because I was like, yeah, I got a tattoo, and they're like, oh yeah, where's it? I was like, my stomach, and okay, well, what is it? It's like 2 dragons blowing fire together. Two I got 2 Asian look, or to me I said Asian looking dragons because they look like they go on, like a Chinese restaurant, you know, not certificate menu, food menu. And then I got they had the font, and it's like I feel like it almost said Ching Chong font in their tattoo artist book, but it's basically like that. It's like, oh, this is Oriental font, or but it's English, and it just looks like whatever you'd write on the font for a Chinese restaurant or Chinese food menu or whatever. So that's what it is. So it's 2 tribalish dragons blowing fire together, and in the middle it's just Pinoy. I don't know what I was thinking, but all right, this is embarrassing, so I'll tell it. when I was workshopping what tattoo I was gonna get with my buddies, the top of my list was I was gonna get bros before hoes. So it's basically gonna be the same thing, like the dragons or whatever right there, and then it was gonna say bros before hoes. I was 18, all right, and I'm not sure what my thinking. I think my intent was that it was like I will like always be loyal to my, but like I won't choose like a female over my friends, kind of thing. I think that was my intent, because like I think I talked about it before. I wrote in my journal when one time at lunch, Wes went with this chick, the one he was crushing on at the time, Marissa, and he like left. Like he bounced out of lunch early. He didn't sit with me at lunch because he had to like go out to the fucking smoke or not smoke pit, the patio or whatever, where people smoke during lunch, and like he went out there to talk to her or whatever instead of eating lunch with me. So I was all butthurt about it. I gotta find my journal. It's like I don't think that's what a friend would do. But so yeah, that was my thing back in high school. Was like bros before hoes, bros before hoes. Like there's like no female's gonna come in between me and my the boys. You know what I mean? And it was weird, yeah, because I'd always like when I talked to chicks too, I'd always like introduce them to my friends first, like to, because I was like, if my friends don't like you, then I don't like. If they're not gonna fuck with you, I won't fuck with you. Like, I mean, I guess good intent. I mean, I was 18, so. But anyways, so I say all that to say that I almost got bros before hoes tattooed on there, like right under my waistband. But luckily, because I was a lifeguard, I was working. There were Marines that were lifeguards too, like older dudes. Like one of the dudes, he was like a staff NCO. His wife was actually his wife at the time. I don't know if they're still married, but at the time, she was Filipino, I mean, I guess she still is Filipino probably. But so he like gave me. He's like, when I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting bros before hoes, and he just looked at me like, why? Because you want dudes to tuck your dick? Like, because that's what girls are going to think if they like go down there and they look at that and they're like, oh, you just want a dude to come down here. I guess I better leave. And I was like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. But, oh, okay, I get it. I see it. I can see how you would think that. So I didn't get bros before hoes down there. Then I got it just Pinoy. But going all the way back to whoever at church I had to show it to, because before I went on my mission, I was like, oh, I've graffitied my temple, my gift from God. And they're like, all right, it's on your stomach. Let me see it. So I went and like lifted up my shirt, and then like, because I had to unbutton my pants, because they're like, well, you could see in his face, he was like, it's like, I thought you said your stomach. I was like, yeah, it's my stomach. And I like pulled. This is how far low it is. I have to manscape to get to be able to see it fully. They had to shave when they tattooed me, so like just the tippy top of the pube, the pube fro, to do maintenance down there to even see it. So that's how long. And then this dude, he goes, oh, that's good. He's like, it's okay. He's like, that's fine, elder. I don't remember if I was ordained yet or whatever, but he's like, no, you're fine. Thanks for letting me know. And he's like, no, just don't show. No one can see it. And he's like, just don't show it to anybody else. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. But yeah, so skipping back to what I was talking about. So I got this tattoo. Oh yeah, so it's based on. So when I went on my mission, Lucas 15:21. So it's the story of the prodigal son. If you're familiar with the Biblia, the story of the prodigal son is basically there's this. It's I guess a parable you call it, which it's just a moral tale. Which I mean the whole Bible is a series of moral tales. But so this one, a dude. So there's a dude. He has I think 2 sons. Yeah. He has an older son and a younger son. And the dad, like, he owns land and he does some kind of agriculture and produces something. So and then he has the son's inheritance, and he gives to the 2 sons. He's like, all right, this is your inheritance. When I'm gone, this will be yours. This is what you'll have to like continue on and do whatever. So the older son is like, oh, thank you. He takes his inheritance and he stays and he continues working with his dad and he's doing what he's supposed to. Then the younger son, he's like, ooh, he takes his inheritance. He's like, oh, thanks, Pops. Peace. Fucking bounces out, fucks off, goes, party. They say goes down to the land of Canaan, maybe? I don't know. But he goes out, he parties and fucking he fucks off all his money. All his whole inheritance is gone. So then he comes back. Oh yeah, because he gets to the point where he's like, has no money. Like I guess he probably owes money. He gets like thrown out. He's like living in squalor. He's like wrestling with pigs for food, and then he's like, fuck. He's like, I don't have anything. He's like, it would be better to go back and be like a slave or a servant for my father and like live sleep with the pigs instead of doing this or something. So he's like, fuck it. Like he got over his. He's like, my life sucks so much. I've made such a mess of my life that I would, rather suck up this pride and like go do menial chores or menial labor for my dad. So then he goes back home and he sees his dad and he's like, hey dad, he's like about to give this whole speech like, oh, I'm so sorry, this and that, I fucked off all the money. And then the dad just like hugs him and he's like, oh, come here, my son, my prodigal son has returned, and tells the servants to go kill the fatted calf, like and we will prepare a feast for my son has like returned. So then they're feasting for him, and then the older son, he gets all butthurt about it because he's like, what the fuck? He's like, I've been here the whole time. He's like, I took my inheritance and I saved it and I put in all my work and effort and everything I have to like being obedient and serving you and building up all the things that you've asked for. It's like I've never left, and you didn't. I mean, you've never thrown me a feast. And I was like, you haven't like slaughtered the fatted calf for me, which I guess was like a big deal. It's like the best fat cow or whatever. They got the wagyu. He's like, you never fucking killed wagyu beef, that Kobe beef for me. And the dad was like, yeah, well, he's like, listen, he's like, yes, you've been my like obedient son. You've been here the whole time. You've done it. You've built up your treasures here, your assets here. And he's like, and so you're while your brother's been gone, you've grown the assets. And it's like, so everything is gonna be yours. Once I'm gone, everything's gonna be yours. He's like, but your brother, it's like he went out into the world, and even though he left, he still came back. And he's like, why would I'm not gonna punish him for the choices he made when he left. I'm gonna reward him for recognizing to come back and like to come back to the family kind of thing. So it's like, take whatever moral, what do you call it, moral lesson out of that you want. But that's pretty much basically the story. So the prodigal son. So it's Luke 15:21. So I got when I was on my mission, I thought about that a lot. I thought about that a lot because and then so when I came back, I got sent home. So it's like kind of like I went out. So and then when I came back, I went. Ooh, excuse me, ASMR. I mean, I guess they would say, church people would say like went off the deep end, but so I came back. I went out into the world and experienced things, and fucked around for a bit, and then eventually came back home. My dad took me back. Like I did a bunch of shit that I was like, oh, no one will ever forgive me for this. Then my dad took me back, and then I kind of fucked around for a little bit more, and then I went to the Marine Corps, and then so it was like and that was kind of like the point. So when I enlisted in the Marine Corps, so I was fucking around doing stupid shit, and my dad was like, worried about me as a dad. And then one day with my buddy, actually Wes, he hit me up and he was like, hey man, I enlisted, he enlisted in the Air Force Reserves, but he went to school in because he was a fire dog, so he went to school in San Angelo. He's like, yeah, my graduation is whatever, if you can whatever come down or something. Basically he was telling me he's graduating from Air Force and let me know when I could come see him or whatever. I was like, fuck. It's like, this dude, it's like, you went to the Air Force? Ugh. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the Marine Corps. It's like, I'm not doing anything fucking productive with my life right now. And because originally when I was in high school, I was planning on going to the Marine Corps. I was gonna go to college, go ROTC, then go commission officer, but I didn't get into accepted to any of the colleges that had Navy ROTC, and I also didn't get accepted to the Navy Marine Corps. What is it called? Basically, the scholarship, a Navy Marine Corps scholarship. I didn't get that either. So I went to junior college. Fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. But anyway, so I didn't. Oh yeah, because I was supposed to like previously, if I was going into the military, my dad was like, "No, you're gonna be an officer. You're not." He's like, "Fucking enlisting is for peasants. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna go to college. You're gonna go. Then you're gonna be an officer and blah. This is gonna do. This is the plan. Blah blah blah. This is all the wicked. This is what you got to do." So then like fast forward a couple years when I'm just fucking off, and then I'm like, "Ah, fuck it." I was like, "I'm gonna go to the Marine Corps." Because looking back, I was like, I'm gonna go down. Sorry, I'm gonna go down and talk to the Marine Corps recruiter and see how, like what my options are. And at that time, I was still. I mean, let's see, how old was I? 22 or 23, I think, at the time. Yeah, I was 22 or 20, maybe 22. And even then, I was like, still in the mindset of like my whole life, I had to like get my sort of maybe like get my dad's permission, maybe more like get his approval, like more than a permission. I felt like I needed his approval to be able to do anything, because in my mind it was like, if I like, yeah, because it was kind of like my whole life was anything that wasn't in line with what he wanted, I felt like I was failing, basically, I guess, because I was like, no, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, because that's not what my dad told me I'm life like a good person or life is supposed to be. So even back then it was like I was still I felt like I was living like in between, because I was like trying, it's like what I talked about with Greg. It was like that whole fucking like cognitive dissonance. It's like if I left to my own devices in my own mind, so my idea of myself and the world and the ways that I saw myself in it was completely different from the world that had been described and marketed to me my whole life from my parents and from church and everybody, from everything. So I felt complete like out of phase. I felt like that chicken fucking Ant-Man that's like phasing in and out all the time. So I never felt like I was in the place I was supposed to be, or felt like I was like the thing that I was supposed to be, or the person. So I was always just like, I never felt complete. Not that I didn't feel complete. I didn't never felt in place, or I don't know how to articulate it, but it didn't feel good. So I guess part of me trying to feel normal was being like, oh, well, okay, well, maybe as long as if I do something that I know my dad approves of, then at the very least, even if I just feel miserable all the time, at the very least I know I can be like, oh, well, at least I did something that he approves of, kind of thing. Yeah, I think, yeah, something like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but so anyways, either way, I was 22 years old and I still felt like I needed to ask my dad or get his approval before I like enlisted or joined the Marine Corps. Because if it was like a commission, I know he would have been like all for it or whatever. So I went down to the recruiter's office. I took the ASVAB, I took a D lab, and talked to him about my options, because I was like, fuck it, because first I went through like levels. I was like, ooh, I'll tell my dad, I'd be like, oh, I'm thinking about doing reserves, because I was like, maybe that won't be as bad. He'll be like, oh, it's only part time or whatever. It's not full peasant. I'm not going full peasant. I'm just going part-time peasant. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, I took these tests. They said I could do something called a linguist with languages. I don't know what it is, but they said I could use my languages. I tested well enough to be able to do that. And I was like, no, actually, this is before I even took the test. I went down and talked to them, and they told me about the test and the thing. And so I was like, yeah, asked them about what I need to do to be a linguist, and they're like, yeah, you got to take ASVAB, and then if I do well enough on that, I can take the D lab. So I was like, yeah, I went down and talked to them about that, and I was like, but if I'm looking at that, but I was like also looking at, I was like, I'll just like go be a grunt. I was like, so if I don't do good enough on this test, and I was like, I'll be a grunt anyways. And then So when I talked to him about it, like I was like working myself up trying to figure out how to like bring it across to him. And I remember we were doing like service projects for one of the families in the ward in our church, or basically I think we were like helping them move or something like that. So my dad's he's always doing service for other people. He's always like he loves doing projects for people. So we were doing. I just remember we were in his truck and he had the gooseneck trailer and we're hauling something. I don't know. I don't know if it was like moving houses or moving rocks or something. Anyways, I just remember we were in his truck and we're pulling the trailer and talking to him about it, like trying to work myself into it. And then I told him, I was like, yeah, I went down. I talked to, I was like, yeah, Wes graduating from Air Force boot camp. That's crazy, right? He's like, he went to the Air Force. What a bitch. Like, say shit like that. And then I was like, yeah. So I went down to the recruiter's office just to talk to him to see, kind of like what's going on. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. I talked to him about, because they have a job for people that do like linguists. So if I do well on the ASVAB, I can do that. I was like, or, I mean, if I can't do that, I was looking at I'll just be a grunt. And he's like, yeah, go for it. He's like, yeah, go take the test. He's like, he's like, yeah, that's much better than fucking the bullshit that you're doing right now. Go do that. So I was able to. So that went down. Yeah, I got did all my shit. Obviously, I did it. And so before I left, I got this tattoo because for me it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe not like a dedication in a way to my dad, I guess, or to myself, to the way I felt about myself in the eyes of my own dad, because it was like because to me that was like, I guess, like my prodigal son, like my coming home kind of moment. Because even though I'd been home for like, I don't know, 2 years or whatever at that point, or a year or so since I got sent home for my mission, I guess I didn't feel like I'd completely like come back in a way, because I still, like, even after I come back, I went to church for a little bit, and then I told the story about when I like met with the bishop, and then how it just kind of like with me, it was just, that was kind of like my point where I was just like, where I like, yeah, I gave myself permission to be like, I don't believe this, so I'm not, why am I gonna keep like killing myself, beating myself up to pretending, because I was fucking miserable doing that. So then, yeah, I guess that conversation with my dad when he kind of like, yeah, I guess it changed, I don't know, changed my view or something. But anyway, so that's when I got this tattoo done. And I was going to get the whole thing right here. And I think there was actually the dude that did it. I asked him if he's cool. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be cool with it, but he's a fucking crazy good artist. But anyways, I think I was actually like his first tattoo he ever did, because he ordered, because he's always been like an artist. He like won awards and shit, or contests. I'm not sure what exactly, but he so then he wanted to do tattoos. So then he got his like fucking machine in the mail, and like I saw him, he broke it out of the box. So I was like the first person. So he did that, and I was gonna get the whole verse on my chest, but he was like brand new, so he wasn't good at doing the little writing. So I think I was like, all right, I'll get this part now and then get the rest done later or something like that. But anyway, so then I listened. I went to boot camp. Then I eventually got the rest of the whole verse right here. So it's like down this side of my ribs in Tagalog. That's why I said Lucas 15:21, because in the Bible, the Tagalog Bible, or the Bible written in Tagalog, they say Lucas. So Lucas 15:21. So then the verse is in Tagalog as well. At sinabi ng anak sa kanya. That's all I remember. I can't remember. At sinabi ng anak sa kanya, Ama, hindi ako karapat dapat tawaging inyong anak. Something like that. Basically, it's like, Father, I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. And something else. And then, yeah, go look it up for yourself. Oh, yeah. So he did that tattoo. So like I would go, so he's done like, let's see, 1, 2. So he did this one, then he did this one. And it's funny because you can see the progression of how he got much better. Like this one is like it looks like, a tattoo someone did in their living room or their kitchen, and then, I mean, I think all the tattoos he's done on me were in his kitchen. No, I think I did one at a tattoo shop, but they get better. Like this one is fucking. Oh yeah, this one he did at when he was working at a shop, and then this one that ended up being Ogre Sshi. Because even when I got this one, because I wanted to get I was like, I want a devil on both shoulders. And everyone I told, maybe it's because I'm telling people in Texas and everyone's like so Christian. They're like, oh no, don't do that. Oh, why would you put the devil on? Why? Oh my. But so yeah, I was like, yeah, I want to get a devil on both shoulders because I was like, I feel like that's how I was living my life. Then he's like, oh well, it would be better. He's like, it would be better if, like, to do like a larger, because you want to do like a larger picture, not just like some little things. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, all right, just go back there. And I was like, you're the artist. I was like, just do what you feel. And he's like, I don't want to see it till it's done. So he's like, all right, cool. So he did it. I can't remember how many hours it took. I don't know, 5 hours. So then he did, and then when I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, because it's like I mean, you see it, but and a part that's not in there is there's like a tiny part. So it's that face, but then you can see. So it's like a devil, ogre, vampire holding a halo, and I don't think she's biting it, but she's like holding a halo in her hands. So it's like a devil holding a halo kind of thing. And I was looking at it, and I was like, oh shit, who does that look like? And I sent it to some of my buddies, and then I think it was either Robo or the Cajun. I sent it to one of them, and they're like, oh shit, is that Ogre Sshi? And I was looking at it, and I was like, oh fuck, it is Ogre Sshi. So it's kind of like crazy too, because like I was like, hey, I told him, my idea is like, I want the devils on shoulders. He's like, that's stupid, I'll do something better. It's like, all right, go for it. So then I was like, oh, just show me when you're done. And then he went, blasted it out. And then when he was done, I looked at it, and then I was like, oh shit. And then I can't remember if it's Cajun or Ogre Sshi, or Cajun or Robo. But they're like, oh shit, is that Ogre Sshi? And I was like, yep, it is. Fuck, it is Ogre Sshi. So that's how that came about. To tie back to Broken Jarhead talking about, oh yeah, mission 22. And so the mission to bring that number down. Yeah. So our friends stopped killing themselves. So yeah. So I said all of that whole story to go back to Broken Jarhead, talking about when I met him, or when I first started talking to him. I guess like met him, air quotes. And so he had the graphics, and so then he went. Now he has a Patreon. Go check him out. I think it's patreon.com/Broken Jarhead. Then also. So then he had the website, got the merch, and he even expanded the kind of merch. So now he has lanyards, challenge coins, patches, stickers, t-shirts, hoodies. I'm forgetting some stuff. I got some pins. Oh yeah, pins. I got some right here. And more stuff coming out. And so on top of that, so then he also, what's the other things he did? Yeah, he expanded his website. Oh, he started a podcast. So check him out. So it's him, his buddy Nick, and they do. I think it's either a daily or like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They put out episodes. They're 15-minute episodes, so it's not like listening to me for hours. They're really easy to listen to because they cut it off at 15 minutes. So I usually take like two topics. Listener submitted topics, and which you can do it through. If you get on the Patreon, you can do it through there. I think they have a Facebook page. I don't remember what it is, but look on Facebook at brokenjarhead.com. I don't have Facebook, so I don't know, but so you can do it through the Facebook page. You can do it on the Patreon, and then there's also a Discord channel, which I think you get access to as a Patreon member. I think that's how you get to it, and so you can throw in your little topics in there. So then they usually, they take two topics, pick randomly as like a fucking thing generator, and then they'll talk about the two, and then cut it off at 15 minutes. So it makes a real they're real quick listens. They're real easy to listen to, and it's some of the topics are it's not so purposely don't get political, even though some of the questions could go either way, but they purposely don't get political. They keep it fun and raunchy, and but they don't. Yeah. So yeah, I mean I guess that's the big point. It's like they don't get deep into politics. Like I said, it's an easy listen. It's not like lighthearted, but they don't get. Yeah, it's light-hearted in nature, but it can be abrasive, but it's not political. I don't know. Does that make sense? Is that a flavor that you get that you tasted before? If not, check it out. If you have, check it out. But yeah, that's the whole point of that. Sucking their dicks about it. It's pretty good. So I felt like I had more I wanted to say about that, but I can't remember. Let me look. Oh, did I get to the end of the little blurb? Let me see. Sorry. Let me check here. I go. Oh yeah. All right. So whatever reason. Oh yeah. I did read through the whole thing. Oh yeah. So then he also has, excuse me, brought the Broken Jarhead blog that he started. So then there's little writings. I think so. It's like he's published. I think Shannon. Shout out to the Basic Vet. Check him out too. I don't know if I heard if he has new episodes out or not, but oh yeah, I always forget. So the intro and outro music that I usually put in here comes from him. So yeah, that intro is his called Dre in Tokyo. But yeah, that's Shannon from Basic Vet made that. Yeah, so that's the blog. So that's all the stuff about Broken Jarhead. Was I gonna say more about that fic? Let's see. Oh wow, there we go. So yeah, hold on, let me try something. Oh, hello, there you are. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oof, excuse me. Man, I felt like I had so much momentum, and then I petered out. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna do a whole. Because I usually split these up. So the whole reason that I split, because I have like the HoogkinBan Salon episodes, and then there's also the Hookin fight side. Because I'll talk about fucking fighting in MMA or fucking combat sports or whatever forever. So I wanted to separate that out, because otherwise, I mean, I feel like every episode I would talk about that. But for this one, I do want to address over the weekend. And I didn't want to talk about it at all, but I did have some thoughts. So, as some people know, and yeah, I'll talk about it here just because there's that crossover. There's the the Ben Askren Jake Paul. So that there's crossover, because obviously Ben Askren comes from MMA, 2 organization champion, fucking like 2-time NCAA champion, like fucking incredible, like Olympic level wrestler, Olympian, etc. And then Jake Paul's fucking on rich kid on YouTube, that he's a pro boxer now. So I mean, he's 3-0, 3 knockouts. All right, so people are saying, so this is the only thing I want to, because people keep saying, they're like saying that it was fake. saying that Ben Askren like took a dive, which I disagree with. Because if you look, and there's one angle, I don't know, find the fucking thing. There's one angle where where he falls when. So I mean, so Jake throws. He's throwing. He's jabbing to the body. He sets up the combo well. He's jabbing to the body. You know, he goes low, goes high, goes low, go high. Throws jabs to the body, then goes to the head, then the body, then head. So then and I think the sequence before when he knocks him out or knocks him down, he throws a jab to the head. Ben comes up, and he comes up and he turns and he drops his left hand. So he like kind of blocks the jab, and he's turning and he drops his left hand, and then that's when Jake Paul throws the right cross. So it's like so he throws jab, and then the cross comes right because Ben's hands went up, so catches him clean. You see, it's not. He hit him. Like Ben got hit in the head and he fell down. Like you don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how people like looking at that. Well, I do understand how people looking at that could think it was faked, I guess. But if you look at, you can't. That's what it looks like when you get punched in the fucking head and fall down. So if it were to be a setup, if I were to concede that it's a setup, then in order for that to have been a setup, it's basically, how do I word it? It's like all right, I'm gonna use this one. This is extreme, and then maybe I'll walk it back. It's like if you were shooting a movie and you didn't use blanks, and they were shooting real bullets, and they're like, all right, we're gonna hit you. We're just gonna wing you. We're just gonna clip you. We're just gonna shoot you. We're gonna hit you in the arm, because we need it to look real. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, can we use squibs? I'm like, no. People will be able to tell. A lot of people are looking. We got to really do it. It's like, all right, if you really got to shoot me, I guess so. That's kind of what it'd be like. Because that was a real fucking setup. And they would have had, and it's kind of like they would have also had to rehearse in a way. Unless, or even it would have to be like, Ben would have to be like, all right, yeah, I'm actually going to just get knocked out. I'm going to drop my hands and let this dude punch me as hard as he can straight in my fucking dome. And I don't know. That's not what I saw. It could be. I could be wrong. But that's not what I saw was fucking Jake Paul actually did it. He good basics. Fucking and he brought and oh, this is the other thing too. And I don't know why I didn't think about this going into it. Because I guess a lot of we're just heavy on thinking about Askren, like, oh yeah, he's an Olympian, he's gonna put in all this effort, and he'll be able to, try to like to just continue pressuring Jake and hang on him and wear him out and drag him, into like the later rounds and maybe knock him out or wear him out in the later rounds. So I was thinking about that so much, but looking back, and then said, "Oh yeah, he was a champion in 1FC and in Bellator. So he was fucking, but he's the welterweight champion. Boom, that's where it is right there. Because then afterwards, I was like, because then also when I saw him at the weigh-ins, I was like, maybe he's trolling us. He's pushing his belly out, like trying to look fatter. But then when he was in the ring, he like you could see his fucking rolls, and I was like, damn, he must like trying to compete with Daniel Cormier for daddest man on the planet. No disrespect to DC, but come on, man, you are an inspiration for all of us with the dad bods. I mean, fucking 2-division champion, Olympic wrestler with that body. It's like, hey, we can do it too, kind of thing. But no. I mean, no for anybody else. Him, he's like, that's why Daniel Cormier is the daddest man on the planet. But anyway, so I was looking at Ben's body and I was like, ugh, why does he look like me? Why does his body look like mine? And then I was thinking, yeah, he was the welterweight champ, which is 170 pounds. And then people are showing videos of like him getting on the ground, getting punched in the head by Robbie Lawler. They're like, are you telling me that he can get fucking punched in the head multiple times by these killers, but and not go out? But then this little bitch just touches him and he falls down. Oh no, it's fake. It's a work. It's a fake. Blah blah blah. It's like, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't think about it before. He's fighting dudes at 170 pounds. And Jake Paul weighed 190 pounds for this fight, I think he cuts down, and look at him, he's shredded, and I think he cuts down to 190. So he's probably like, I don't know, 200 pounds usually, around 200, and then cuts down maybe more, but not much more. So, but he's not a welterweight. He's not 170 pound, a dude that fights at 170 pounds. So Ben Askren is basically going up more than one weight class, because if it was an MMA, he's fighting at 170. If he goes up to middleweight, he's fighting dudes at 185. And then Jake Paul weighed in at 190. I think they both weighed in at 190, but so Jake Paul weighs in at 190. So Ben is fighting at a weight class plus above. So almost like getting close to 2 weight classes above himself. Or what he's always fought at, and he can't wrestle, which is what he did. What was his success in MMA? So you're taking him into almost 2 weight classes up. So taking him to guys that are gonna. That's yeah. Like thinking about you look at what we just saw. Izzy Adesanya fight Jan Blachowicz. So Izzy fights at 185. He's a middleweight king. He goes up to light heavyweight, 205, and then, but I mean Jan was more than that. But anyway, so he goes up a weight class, which is like a weight class plus up, and he's like maybe the best striker in the world right now. That I want to say that. I want it to be true, so I say it. But he's fucking an elite level striker, and he hung in there. He went to decision with Blachowicz. But he's a striker. And what Blachowicz did, he wrestled him. Yeah, that's how he beat him. So then with Ben, he's going up, and he's not a great striker, and he can't wrestle. And he's fighting a kid that's 12 years younger than him. 20 pounds, like in shape heavier than him, not I got fat to make weight. And so like looking back, it's I think we all just wanted him to win so badly. But I think he could have. I don't think he tried that hard. That's the part that I will say maybe is I don't think he was paid to fucking fall. I do think he was paid better than he's ever been paid for any fight, and he's like, and it's not like the UFC where he's like, oh, you get your win bonus. It's like, as long as you show up, you're getting paid. So I don't think he put in the work. He for sure did not put in the work that he would have, or he has in the past. He's also coming off 2 hip surgeries. So all these things, like, the more I say it, it's like, gosh damn, that Jake Paul, all right, he's got something. I mean, he's got hands. God, we can't deny it. He has some hands. I mean, if he fights a real boxer, then he's gonna get his ass whooped. But, and that's the other part. That's the other part of it. Is fucking genius in picking his opponents, picking the opponents, and promoting the fight. Genius there. Like, the trouble he's gonna get into is like fucking with real fighters now, though. So now it's real interesting. I saw he called out fucking Nate Diaz. Come on. And my first, after Ben got knocked out, I was like, gosh damn. I was like, no more fucking MMA guys fight this. No one, anyone below middleweight, don't even fucking. I was like, because that's when I thought about it too. I was like, oh, of course, Ben's been a fucking middleweight or welterweight. He's fought at 170. He's fighting a dude at 190. A dude that's in shape at 190. And Ben's fat at 190. And he's old. And he's he only wrestles. It's like, but if it had been an MMA match, oh, he would have murdered him. Ben would have choked his fucking ass out. Oh, but that's the genius of it. That's the genius of it. He figured out. He's like the dude. Fuck, what are those? There's these old stories. Is it Musashi? Maybe it's Musashi. I can't remember. In Book of Five Rings. I don't remember if it's him or there's another dude who fights. So he goes and he fights like different dudes, like duels to the death. Like the guy, I guess he's like a swordsman. In my mind, I can't remember if it's Musashi or not. But anyways, if it's a story I'm making up in my head right now, it's the moral of it is gonna still stand. So it's like a dude who he's like a famous swordsman, and he like has to like challenge to a duel. Like so he goes and there's like a dude that's like famous with like a bow staff. Like he's the best bow staff fighter in the world. And then the swordsman figures out a way, because he's like, no one can beat this guy if he has a bow staff in his hands. So he figures out how to like get around it, or to like egg the guy on. Basically figures out all the other things he needs to do to not engage in a fight where it's basically he takes away that guy's advantage, because he's like, he knows he has the bow, so he's like, I gotta negate that. And he does that to like different, like, oh, the guy that fights with a bow staff, guy that fights with a spear, guy that's like an archer, and he defeats them all, and they're all the best at whatever their craft is, but he figures out a way to negate their strength and turn it against them. And that's what fucking we can't deny that Jake Paul and his team, like, fucking, they're world class at that. They did it. They've done it two times. The first one I don't think really counts, but 2 times. So it'll be real. Fucking, I did not want to, like, I wanted this guy to be done so I don't have to pay attention to him anymore. But now he's got my fucking interest. He's got my fucking interest, and I didn't want it. He got me. Fucking got me. Cause, yeah, he's like taking, because he does have like a huge fan base. So I mean, I don't know if he's like, it's not like, yeah, it's not a heel. He's not like in a heel role, but the other thing about it too is if he does fail, oh, it's gonna be epic. So it's gonna be that like delayed. What do you call it? Like where you delay short-term consequences and then they compound over time. Kind of like the same thing, like with, when Connor was coming up and he was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because it was like, if he didn't, because he was like, I'm gonna be the number one, I'm gonna be the champ, then I'm gonna be the champ, and then he was like saying all, but everything he was like, boom, boom, and as he was doing it, everyone's like, oh shit, yeah, and then like fucking riding that rocket until you don't do what you say you're gonna do, then it's like, and then you gotta see if you can come back, which looks like Connor is. But anyways, yeah, gosh damn that motherfucker. But yeah, just want to talk about, because I don't know, even like one of my buddies, Ethan, who, like I said, he's a casual fan. He'll watch. He watches the fights when he comes over, or he'll look at clips and shit that I send him. So this thing is kind of like, because it's not real boxing, and it's not. I mean, it is sanctioned professional boxing, but it's. Oh, Frank! I gotta shout out Frank Mir too. Like, good for him, man. That was good to see him. That was really cool. He's like, what, 44 or something? And it was cool to see his daughter was cornering him. She's a pro MMA. She's a beast. She's like I think she's a wrestler. Can't remember what she's won as a wrestler, but she's a fucking beast. So it'll be exciting to see where her career goes. But it was cool. And Frank Mir also talks about it. If you don't know Frank Mir, fucking legend of MMA. Just breaking people's bones. Just like taking people, like breaking people's feet, like incredible. And yeah, he's one of the few, I think, heavyweight. I mean, he's former champ when he was in the UFC, but he's one of the. I think there's only like 3 UFC heavyweights that have, I think, submitted someone in. I think it's like their debut or something like that, in their UFC debut or something. There's like 3. There's like him. Fuck, I can't remember. And then another guy from back then. Fuck. I'm seeing his face, but I can't think of his fucking name. Matt. Fuck off the gosh damn, I'm an idiot. And then I'm blanking on the kid that just did it recently too. But either way, Frank Mir, fucking legend of the sport, pioneer. Even you can say. Well, I mean he is. And so he went out and he boxed the dude. I don't know his name, Jeremy something, but he's a pro boxer and blah blah blah. But he went all 8 rounds. He even I think won one of the rounds. Frank Mir did. I was like, fuck, I hope he knocks him out. I was like, he's not winning unless he knocks him out. But you know what I mean? He got in there with a fucking. That was his first pro fight too. So he got in there with a pro box, younger guy. Fucking dude was shredded too. But anyways, just wanted to say forgot about. Or wanted to point out that shout out to Frank Mir for doing that too. But also that fight. So this whole Triller promotion. Maybe it's the new thing. Maybe it's the future. Maybe all of us are just behind. We're all late adopters. We're all still wanting to ride the horse and buggy. And we're mad at the Model T. So you know what I mean. Maybe we just don't have the vision for it. So it's basically, if you were smart, not like me, and you didn't pay for it, and you either streamed it or you just didn't watch it. Because I was watching both. I was watching and I can't even say watching. I thought it was gonna be difficult to watch both, to watch the Triller card and the UFC card at the same time. No, I even made a great meme that I was gonna fucking put out. It was with a gif of Ryan Reynolds of Deadpool, and where he's like, where he's like that, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to watch all these fights be like, or something like that. Man, it was a good one. It was the first time I'm able to make my own gif meme. Fuck, I was excited to put that out, but then I was like. So I had the Triller card on my phone, then I was watching UFC on TV. And most of the Triller card is fucking just concerts. Musical performances. I'm like, the fuck? This is 2005? Why am I watching a concert on fucking TV? That was cool when DVDs were out. Because I remember I bought concert. I remember Up in Smoke Tour. It was cool back then, but now you can watch all this shit on YouTube. And I mean, hey, I don't want to shit on people getting money. Good for them. But as part of a fight card, it's filler space, So I mean maybe it is drawing eyes. You know what I mean? I'm not their demographic in the first place. And the only reason I watched it was because I thought Ben Askren was going to win. And then also it helped that they got me also because Frank Mir was on there, and I was like, fucking, it's good to see. I wanted to see that. But the other fights, come on. I'm going to talk about it. Fuck it. Oh shit, I'm over an hour. All right, I'm going to cut it off here in a second. But anyway, so I'm looking at it, and so this is how it works. So I think there's 5 fights total. The very first one is that dude Raycon, and I can't remember the other guy, but it's so it's you have one guy in there that's really trying to box, who's an older guy. I guess he's trying to get back into boxing, and he's really trying to do it. And then you got this dude Raycon, who's just he was running away the whole time, and then he sits down at the first or second round. He just doesn't get up off the bench. He's just no, I'm done. This is a thing that annoys the shit out of me, and I'm a 100% casual when it comes to boxing. I've bought fights. I bought Mayweather fights and Pacquiao fights, and that's about it. And then when I was a little kid, everyone knew who Mike Tyson was, but we weren't allowed to watch TV on Sunday, so I never saw any of the fights in person. We never had pay-per-views or anything. But this is I do watch BKFC. BKFC. I want some KFC, but Popeyes, or Louisiana, or what's it called? No, yeah, that is Popeyes. But anyways, so then I watch BKFC too, and like I said, I'm complete minimal amount of boxing I've watched. But I feel like the boxing that I have watched, people quit all the time. because it's like they get knocked down and then it's over, or they just like they have a chance to be like, oof, I don't think I want to, I don't want to do this and they like quit, and there's like, yep, it's over, and I'm watching that, and I'm like, because like in MMA, if you get knocked down, you still got to defend yourself, because like now you're on the ground, oh, your opponent's coming to the ground, they're gonna fucking ground and pound you, or if it's 1FC, they're gonna fucking knee you in the head. So it's like the fight's not over just because you fell down or because you got tired. Like the fight is only over, like yeah, because in MMA, if you quit, you're gonna get your fucking head caved in. Like you have to fight to the bell, or get submitted. Or, you know what I mean? Like there's not that space for like to just be like, oh yeah, I guess it's over, unless you're in that like weird situation of an illegal strike, which did also happen. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna end up talking about all this shit anyways. All right, so maybe I'll cut this into two. Oh yeah. So that's been, I don't know. That's my casual observation of fucking boxing is. So it feels like I've seen so many people, they just quit in the middle of, it's like you can quit on a stool. Like that blows my mind. Like to me, in my stupid head, I think like it would be better to get knocked out like Ben Askren than to quit on a stool. Cause like, I don't know. For me, that's just my mindset of fighting is, obviously I've never fought as a professional. I've never been in an amateur competition. All I've done is fucking just gotten in like fucking backyard fights, street fights, bar fight, like just stupid shit, like, or friend fights, or fucking just fucking around at gyms or whatever. You know what I mean? Just stupid. Like I've never competed at that level in that way. So of course everything I'm saying is worthless bullshit. But me expressing my opinion and my observation of it, it's just crazy to me that there's so many, that there's just like, it's kind of like this just option to quit in the fight. Because for me, and also when any fight I've ever been, I always think about it in terms of, I mean, because sometimes there have been ones where it's like, yep, I'm about to get murdered. Like, it's like I have to fight my way out of here. Like, it's like I can't be like, oh, you know what? Let's time out, guys. I'm sorry, my bad. I want to leave now. I've changed my mind. It's like, nope. I got myself into this. It's like I gotta fucking get the fuck out of here, or Robo show up and save me, or something like that. But it's like there's no quitting, unless you're ready to die. And to me, it's like, and I get it, it's sport, whatever, but it's still fighting. It's like, and also I guess they're all like an example of like BKFC for sure. I don't think they're getting paid a lot of money, so I can't even imagine. I don't know what they like, especially like the brand new people or lower people. What are they getting, like $2,000, man? I don't know. I need to look it up. I bet some of them probably get paid like a fucking like $1,000 maybe to fucking bare knuckle box each other. So I mean, I get it, but also it's like, and then also maybe it hasn't just been around long enough. But also, like I said, it's not just BKFC. That's just the one I've watched more of. But I feel like there's been boxing. And then also, I guess, yeah, I can't, compare all boxing to fucking the Triller show. But I have watched some other boxing. But there have been times when, yeah, I've seen people quit on the stool, and it just blows my mind that that's an option, or that's a thing. But like I said, that's just my complete fucking nobody casual opinion coming from a mindset of like being in the Marines and then being an idiot that would fight people at parties just because I was like that one time, because that kid he was Filipino but he couldn't speak Tagalog, so I just teased him until we got in a fight. So yeah, that's who I am, or that's who I have been in the past. So that's I guess I can't say enough that I'm just an idiot, but yeah, it just blows my mind about that. So basically Raycon, he quits on the stool. And I was like, he's not even getting tagged. It's like, but whatever. It's not me in there. You know what I mean? He's the one in there. So I can't say anything against it. He did it. I didn't. But sometimes I wish I was like rich or notable enough just so I can like fight people like that. Just because like just so I can know for myself. But so I'd be like, oh shit, maybe he was right. I should have quit on the stool. But I can talk shit from the safety of my chair and microphone, I guess. But you know, good on him. Like I said, he went out there and did it. I wasn't there, so. And then so I think there was 5. I think that was the first one, and then there was like concerts in between. So it was easy. There wasn't any conflict in between watching fights until the Frank Mir and then the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. Those were the only 2 that there was any kind of overlap. This is a thing. Well, I guess I can't give credit to Triller. Credit to Fight, because that's Fight, the app that the fights are FITE, if you don't know. Fights are the pay-per-view was through and whatnot. They have other like boxing and shit. They have all kinds of fights and shit through there. I think BKFC might have even did it before. But anyways, the point of it is, so their app compared to ESPN and you even compared to UFC Fight Pass, their the GUI, you know, their fucking interface. There we go. That's the word. Their interface, superior. Fucking blows it away. Like ESPN, what the fuck are you doing? A lot of times it fucking lags or it fucking chunks pop out. It's a fucking pain in the ass, and you also even like fast forwarding or rewinding or pausing. It's like real difficult to do with in the Fight app. Fucking beautiful. Like so the play buffers for like 1 second, thing pops up, it starts playing. I can pause it if I go out of the app, because I was taking a salt bath soak. I hurt my feet. I meant to say, by the way, my legs hurt. Shout out Robo. So I started watching the fights from the bathtub, and I was switching back and forth from the Fight app to ESPN or ESPN Plus or whatever it is. So when I would exit out of Fight to go back to ESPN to watch it on ESPN to watch the UFC, like the UFC thing, it would like buffer and restart, and I'd have to try to get back in, or sometimes I'd have to go back to the fucking main page. Then I can't get in from the main page. I have to go to ESPN Plus, and then from ESPN Plus I have to go down, find UFC. Then I have to go into UFC, and then find the top thing. Then I can get into the fights. Then I can watch the fights. Then it'll load, and then it starts from whatever live point. Then if I switch back to fight, it paused, clear, and the resolution clear as fucking day. Beautiful, just 1 second buffering, pops right back to where it resumes wherever I was watching it before. And they have a button for you can go 30 seconds rewind or skip ahead 30 seconds forward, or if you hit it 1-2 times, it'll skip a minute forward, or if you hit 1-2-3, a minute and a half, or backwards. So you can. It has that built-in function to skip forward or backwards by 30-second increments, and it's fucking still stays crystal clear. Or you can just touch the little scroll bar and run back and forth to where you want to, and it ran smoothly. Like like I would, if I touched on one, then I scroll the bar over, then when I let go, starts playing perfectly right where it is. Or you can hit live, it takes you right back to live. Or you can use the skips. So like when I was switching back and forth between ESPN and Fight, every time when I went to Fight, it was beautiful. Popped up, nothing I wanted to watch. It was just like fucking the music concerts most of the time. But it was fucking easy. UFC Fight Pass, and I'm not trying to talk shit on them. It's just I didn't realize, like I've been frustrated, but I didn't realize that there are other people doing the same shit, but fucking much better, or doing how do I say it? Their delivery of the product. Yeah, UFC and ESPN product much better, but the delivery Fight much better. Like if ESPN and ESPN had like it was so like I said, it's just so much easier. So then when I get out of the tub and wash my old fat ass off and So I'm watching UFC on the TV and then letting Triller play on my phone. It ran smooth. Oh yeah, so when it got to the Frank Mir fight, I could just hit pause. Then whatever fight was going on UFC was going on, and then when they went to like or when I went, in between rounds or after a fight, then I could hit play again, and then I watched. So there wasn't any like real conflict between the fights, or between watching the fights until the Frank Mir one, and then the Ben Askren one. Because I think Ben Askren, he actually got knocked out during. It was like the second round of the Whitaker Gastelum fight, which was wow, Rob. Oh, Bobby Knuckles. um, Debating UFC hot topics. Oh, also, yeah, UFC 261 coming up. But fuck, I'm at 121. All right, I'm gonna cut it off because that pretty much covers it. What are the points? Yeah. So yeah, the fight app, great. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Ben Askren took a dive. I think he didn't put in the amount of work that he has put into past fights. I think he went in there and figured it would be basically like sparring. And he was like, all right, I'll just spar this dude for until he gets tired and then be able to finish him, kind of thing. And also he's like, I'm getting I'm getting paid a bunch of money. I'm getting paid more money than I have for any other fight I've ever done. So he's like, and I'm not saying he didn't train. I'm sure he fucking did a little training, but he definitely didn't put in the work. And that's the other thing too. Like I said, his whole career he fought at welterweight, 170, and then now he's coming in. He's got to fight at 190. You know what I mean? So well done, Paul team. You've got me interested for. I mean, I'm not gonna pay for another fight probably. And I'm a person. I pay for fucking everything. I didn't even know streams were a thing until earlier this year. One of my buddies was telling me about it, and he was like, he sent me a stream for something. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, oh fuck, I didn't even realize this was a thing. Which, I mean, I guess it's good because, when I was broke, I would have been streaming like a motherfucker. But I don't know. Maybe that's good too, because then I also like my time off, like from 2000, like the beginning of 2017 to the end of 2019. So like that 2-year period when I was going through some shit and I didn't pretty much I didn't watch any. I didn't do anything really. So it kind of made it better for now, like during COVID when I've been going back through and watching all the fights that I missed. Like just going like each night I'll watch whatever a certain amount of fights that I can, whatever I have time for. So that it's been cool. But anyway, the point of me saying that is yeah, fucking got my interest for at least one more fight. Cause I want to see how it plays out now. Like I want to see who he snags for his next opponent, and then how that plays out. Cause now it's like Brendan Shaw called it before too. He's like, cause when Jake Paul started calling out MMA guys, he's like, ooh, come on, Bubba. You know how he says Bubba all the time. Come on, Bubba. You gotta. He's like, stick with YouTubers, cause once you cross over, now you're in the real fight world. So now he's like calling out fucking Nate Diaz. Cause I mean Nate Diaz. Oh wait, he fought at. Is he a what? Yeah, he's not a middleweight. He fights at 170. Masvidal. When Masvidal fought him, he came up, right? No, fuck. Now I don't even remember. Now I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot. But either way, son of a bitch. It's like he has my unconsensual attention. Ugh. And I don't like it. I don't like this feeling. But I mean, it's like you can't. It's like, well done, man. Well fucking done. Well, I'll end it there. Cause I don't think I had another thing. But yeah. Shout out to Shannon at Basic Vet for doing my intros, the music for Dre Tokyo. Shane at BrokenJarhead.com for all the fucking cool shit he's done. He's got, the podcast day veteran podcast day made a national day now. I can't remember. I think 22% of his profits go. Sorry if that number is wrong, but I know a portion. I feel like it's 22, but I know there is a portion of his profits that go towards Mission 22. He's a Mission 22 ambassador, and so he focuses on having everything made in America. He even had like some stuff, patches or something. He ordered it from a company in America to be made by a company in America, and when he got it, it said made in China, and he's like, what the fuck? So he sent it back. So he's working really hard to ensure that everything's made in America, and then also he's also giving like monetarily, like out of his profits, his profit margin is going back to vets, and then he's also engaging with different vet organizations for different things and nonprofits. So he's doing a lot in that space of not only entertaining but also helping and supporting. And he's building like a community. It's cool to see what he's doing and like what like he's like it's a cool for me it's like fuck he's like greatly outpacing anything that I'm doing. So I like to be around people that are doing better, or not doing better than me, but that are that are doing doing things that at a higher level than I am, I guess, because it gives me something to work towards, or so I can't be like, oh well, I'm doing, you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of times in life it's easy to say, oh well, I'm doing more than this person, or at least I'm not that, you know what I mean? Like some people I've noticed that and I'm sure there's tons of examples of how in my own life that I do it, and I need to point it out. But some people there's people that like will hang out with people that way more than them, you know what I mean? They're like, well, I'm not fat, they're fat, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I like to not do that. I prefer to have feeling like, gosh damn it, this motherfucker's in amazing shape, or they're doing this great athlete, or fucking an incredible entrepreneur, or just somebody that's really doing something that they enjoy and love and going for it. I like to be around people like that. Because then for me, I can say, all right, well, I guess I better pick it up. Doesn't matter. Nothing I do is good enough, so... Which, is in line with how I grew up, so, maybe that's why. But, so maybe all that ass kicking I got growing up, it's been good. But anyways, yeah, just, trying to suck Shane's dick a little bit more. And his buddy, his Nick, who's doing the thing. So check them out. UFC 261 coming up this Saturday. If anybody is near Florida or can get to Florida for it, I have an extra ticket. I'm trying to get rid of it, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to sell, or I mean, I gotta sell it, but I don't know. Fuck it, at this point, maybe I'll just give it away. Cause I got it on Ticketmaster. No one's bought it yet, but I'll give it away, or fucking for whatever price I bought it for anyone that listens and asks for it. Cause I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fucking cool. I haven't been to a live MMA event since I was a teenager. I want to say. Like a professional, like a real one. This is for sure my first UFC one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's gotta be. Otherwise, I remember. I mean, because if I went before, I would have been hammered. Maybe. But I'm pretty sure. No, this gotta be my first one. But anyways, yeah. No, I'm rambling. think that's it. Fuck, I feel like there's one more thing, but anyways. Nope. That's it. Thanks. And fuck you later. Bum bum bum. Outro. Oh, scheiße. That didn't work. Uh.